I squatchy Ayanook. It is a good day. Atsqueet Melissa Purser. My name is Melissa Purser. Chut Nukayet Nu Sklitemson. I am Port Gamble Sklallam. The indigenous form of knowledge I've chosen to pass on is my knowledge on written treaties and federal Indian policy. But what I want to look at are the direct positive effects they have on non-tribal U.S. citizens. You see, growing up, my dad, David Purser, son of Aaron Purser and Geraldine Hyman, spoke of the Bolt decision on a regular basis. He was also a full-time commercial fisherman, and it was everywhere he went. He was always getting into fights with cops. Sometimes he initiated it, sometimes the cop would. Understanding the black and white and the gray areas of law always grabbed my attention. He was my first teacher. He planted the seed. But it wasn't until I came to Northwest Indian College that I developed this interest more. Instructors at Northwest Indian College choose to inspire and push every student. Every single instructor, near and far, opened pathways in my head and helped create space in my brain to begin this project. All my instructors have definitely impacted my learning as well and contributed to the knowledge I'm choosing to give back to Indian country. So what sparked my idea? It began with the culvert case here in Washington State. You see, there is a roadway going into our local town. It was shut down for over a year to replace the culvert the state put in with a bridge. You see, the culverts were built and salmon cannot spawn upriver. During that time, the construction should have been done a lot sooner, but there were unforeseen complications, leading the project to take much longer than originally planned. There are other ways to access this town, but this was the quickest way for the people living right there. They were impacted by the inconvenience of having to drive an additional 3 miles around to do something that would take an extra half a mile if the project were complete. I understood their frustrations. There were so many people complaining about it, and what I couldn't understand is why people were complaining so badly. When they were removing the culvert, they dug up 2,000 tar-filled pilings. That's why it took so long. The local people didn't give two thoughts about the pollution and the effects that had on their immediate environment. All they cared about was getting their convenience back. It didn't matter, the bay would be cleaner for their children and their children's children. Our world is not going to last the way we're living right now. I wonder how much of it is being saved for the simple fact we have written treaties and federal Indian policy. How would our country function without them? Do you think it would be better? Or do you think it would be worse? It's worth knowing because an Indian point of view just might save us all. They need to know that. The non-tribal U.S. citizens. I want our kids and our families to have the knowledge to say, look, you wouldn't have this if it weren't for us. We can show the world how much greatness Indian country has just by simply existing.